This time we're doing the Advent Forge facility mission, because we've run out of time on the Avatar project again. This mission is in the Assassin's territory, and because it's a story mission, that means we're guaranteed to get the Assassin on this mission. Unfortunately, our skirmisher is still tired from the last mission. So for our squad, we have our Reaper for scouting, a Ranger for flanking crits, 2 Grenadiers, including our top-ranking one with hail of bullets, and also a slightly lower rank one. Our Spark as always for their massive damage output. And our top-ranking Sharpshooter for blue-screen gunslinger abilities. We don't have any new equipment this time. We have the Talon rounds and blue-screen rounds as always. Our Spark has the Shredstorm cannon. Our Sharpshooter is carrying the Mimic beacon so she can take 1 or 2 shots, then throw it out. And then we've also put battle scanners on our Ranger in case we need to reveal the Assassin. She can throw out a scanner, and then use run and gun to still be able to move and attack.
This is Avenger. The facility is in range. Move to investigate.
Our group is hidden.
This mission is going to be fairly long, and follows a similar structure to the Advent Black Site mission. The objective is to get to the facility, recover a special item inside, and then extract. As you would expect, we're going to take our Reaper out to find our first pod.
I will go. They have a patrol.
The first pod is a priest and a trooper. We'll send our Spark up into high ground and move the rest of our squad up.
Affirmative.
Roger that.
Move, move, move. Move, move, move.
They've decided to sit extremely close to that car, so I'm sure you can work out what we're going to be doing to them.
I'm trusting you. Stand clear.
We haven't actually broken concealment yet, so if we really wanted to, we could just keep going. We'll go ahead and finish off the priest with a flank shot from our Ranger though.
On my way. We've been spotted! Who's keeping score?
Luckily the priest didn't enter stasis this time. We'll keep moving up with the rest of our squad. Now we've broken concealment, we'll be getting the assassin in a minute.
I will comply.
There better be something there.
On Overwatch!
Overwatch.
Set Overwatch priority.
Consider yourselves lucky.
We could see the sectopod in the background on the other side of the bridge. As mentioned last time, the biggest change here is that she's got Planewalker now, which means she's going to teleport every single time she takes damage. We'll just have to try and fight her on her own.
At the very least, you will die in honor.
Sounds like that Chosen is headed right for us. Keep your guard up and your eyes peeled.
The elders grant me their vision, and with it, I am everywhere.
We're going to be very aggressive with our Reaper here, and try to find the assassin as soon as possible.
Folk says I am to obey.
We have another pod, an Andromedan and Archon, but we've also managed to spot the assassin already. Obviously we can't do anything to her just yet, but it's useful to know roughly where she is.
Don't waste my time.
Finally! closing on target position now.
Ideally we'd put our spark in high ground, but we want to keep our squad relatively close together so she doesn't teleport too far away.
Got it on it. Got it covered.
Ever vigilant.
Fire's getting worse here!
We need to move our Reaper to try and find the assassin again. Scouts don't reveal concealed units unless they move.
Moving as ordered.
Somehow, we managed to just barely get around her without revealing ourselves. We can remote start her, but she's very far away from the rest of our squad currently. Normally this might not be a good idea, because we'd activate her and then have no good way to follow up before she gets a turn. We'd have to pull back and try to get her to use 2 actions to get close to us. What I somehow didn't realize is that because she has Planewalker, she's just going to teleport when she takes damage from remote start.
What the? It jumped to a new position as soon as it took damage.
You and your meddling forces are not welcome here, Commander. If this world is to be mine, the Elder's plans must come to fruition as they require.
The Chosen is in position. Time to put it down.
Since she's only in half cover, it would be good if we can hit her with our lower rank Grenadier first, and save hail of bullets for if she teleports to a hard-to-reach place. Unfortunately it's only 41%, so we'll have to go with our higher rank Grenadier first.
Don't slow me down.
You'll have to do better than that.
She teleported really far away. Only our ranger and possibly our sharpshooter can reach her, so we'll run and gun in and try for the flank shot.
Hauling ass. Got it covered.
Ideally we'd use rapid fire here, but she still hasn't reached Colonel yet.
You will share in my pain.
Our sharpshooter has a decent chance with her rifle, but ideally we'd use fan fire and maybe lightning hands for maximum damage. She can't get close enough for a pistol shot though. We don't want to waste an action moving with our spark either, in case she teleports close enough for a shot. We can use a rocket though, which should also detonate the tanker next to her.
Launching!
Our sharpshooter still can't get close enough for a pistol shot, and doesn't have clear line of sight for the rifle. We'll just use bombard and be done with it, rather than risking any more shots.
You are the only ones who have ever forced my withdrawal, and Now you leave me no choice but to flee once again.
Excellent work, Commander. We may not have put them down for good, but at the very least we've held off the Chosen for another day.
You can see how frustrating Planewalker is to deal with, because you're always dealing with terrible shots. We'll regroup our squad before crossing the bridge. It seems relatively clear, so we could dash, but we'll play it safe and
Orders
overwatch.
confirmed. On the move.
Moving.
I'm going.
If you say so.
Overwatch mode.
Government, I'm reloading.
I am
Moving to
on watch.
Overwatch.
Scanning. Come get some. Tired of waiting around. I guess that'll be okay.
I should be out there hunting.
That's affirmative.
Movement.
We need to get our Reaper out of the way, so he's not likely to be revealed when we activate the next pod.
I am on the move. My turn on watch.
Affirmative.
Come
Covering
get
now.
some! Moving to Overwatch. Affirmative. Covering now.
Optical sensors on Overwatch.
Target still up. Armor still holding. The position's been compromised.
Ideally we'd mark both of these enemies with hollow targeting, but our priority is the Andromedan, who's behind full cover. We'll bring a grenadier in to launch a grenade.
What's over there?
We marked the Andromedan during the Overwatch, but it's not active anymore, so we need to destroy its cover.
Take this!
Our other grenadier can't get up into high ground, not unless we waste a move with our sharpshooter.
Seems doable.
She's only got a 64% chance for change shot, so we'll just take a standard shot.
Shot wide.
Advancing.
Our spark once again procced their hair trigger, so now we've got 3 shots.
Destroyed.
Our sharpshooters only got pistol shots on the Andromedan. We'll take the one lightning hands shot first. It's only got 8 HP left. Instead of shooting it again with our sharpshooter, we'll use our spark to finish it off.
Targeted unit.
Now our sharpshooter has enough actions to take a rifle shot at the Archon. Because it's a 100% shot, it can't graze the hit. It's only got 6 HP left, which means we can finish it off with our Reaper.
Moving out.
I don't trust the 91%, so we'll use Sting to guarantee we stay concealed.
The time is now!
You should always be proactive about using Sting. You won't use it very often.
Overwatch!
Ready to engage.
We'll take a turn to reload our squad, but we will long watch with our sharpshooter.
Reloading close.
Overwatch.
Got it covered! Shot wide!
Our Spark managed to hit both their Overwatch and Hunter Protocol shots. There aren't going to be very many explosives inside, so we'll just use Remote Start to finish it off.
Closely.
That way we have the opportunity to move the rest of the squad up.
Let's move already! If you say so.
On approach.
Whatever you say.
Affirmative, moving out.
Sensors at
Overwatch.
maximum range.
I go when I'm needed.
We could see the next pod through the wall, but we don't have eyes on them yet.
I will reposition.
These aren't civilians. They're Advent.
Yes, and judging by the subject's condition, I would say it was recently manufactured.
No wonder they just keep coming.
I've spotted an alien patrol.
The next pod is a heavy mech, an Archon and a trooper. We'll stack up outside their sight radius and see if they patrol into us.
Here I come! I guess that'll be okay.
Servos engaged.
No problem, boss.
On the move.
Scanning for
Covering
targets.
nine.
I'm considering using the Claymore, but I'm not sure whether it will hit the floor below as well. Ideally we hit all three of them, but it doesn't look like we can get the trooper. We could also just try for long watch. The Archon's almost right below the mech, so we'll try to place the Claymore on the roof above it.
It requires patience.
We lost sight of them. I'm worried about them getting a turn, so I decide to activate them using our ranger.
Let's do this!
Unfortunately, we did no damage to the Archon. We can't use the Shredstorm cannon because our Reaper's in the way. If only he was a few tiles either way, then we'd be able to hit all three of them. Our sharpshooter can kill the mech in one shot, so we'll try to weaken some of the other enemies first so we can finish them with face-off.
Okay, I'll go.
We'll use our lower rank Grenadier first to apply hollow targeting on the Archon.
Let's get the show on the road.
I decide to grenade them because we want to expose the trooper anyway, and it'll probably make the Archon low enough for a pistol shot.
This is for you!
In hindsight, I probably should have had her take the first shot instead. We'll use lightning hands on the Archon first to make sure it dies. Now it's low enough, we'll use our quick draw shot on the trooper, and then finish off with face-off.
Good riddance.
Look at that.
Multiple enemies neutralized.
Scanning approach vector.
Moving to
Setting
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
We've killed about 8 enemies now, and there were 11 total, so there should only be one more pod left.
My life is in your hands.
Movement request confirmed.
Finally! I'm trusting you here.
There better be something there.
I'm all over it.
Protocol engaged.
As you order, Commander.
There's the last pod, an officer, a stun lancer, and a trooper. As always, we'll stack up and see if they patrol into us.
Let's move already!
Don't slow me down.
First it's human bodies. Now we're finding Advent. Something tells me they didn't abduct these ones.
Looks more like a production facility to me. The configuration is different. Is it possible? Could this be where the Advent forces are coming from?
Nothing is beyond the realm of possibility when dealing with the aliens.
Come get some! Moving to Overwatch.
There's a small wall in between us and them, so we didn't get the Overwatch. I decide to use our second claymore here to reveal them and be done with it.
Placing the weapon.
Our priority is the officer and stun lancer. We can get an easy flank on the officer, so we'll use our grenadier first for hollow targeting in case we miss.
That's it.
Our ranger will probably be able to run and gun the other one. We'll try to finish off the stun lancer with our sharpshooter. We should only need the one pistol shot. Ideally we save fan fire for later if we need it, plus we have plenty of other units if we miss.
No longer a threat.
We could run and gun to get closer, but we should be able to kill it from here.
Here I come! How many is that now?
On the move.
I can handle that.
Engaging
Affirmative.
Overwatch.
Covering now.
There's no more alien activity, so we've killed every alien that's on the map. We're free to dash over to the objective.
I can cover it.
Location confirmed.
Will do.
This is Avenger. Package is in range.
Rolling out.
High speed advance.
Before we get the objective, we'll take a turn to make sure everyone's reloaded. Like the black site, interacting with the objective calls in 2 reinforcement drops.
Ready to go. Rock and roll.
We need someone to carry the objective, so we'll have our Reaper do it as he has the lowest damage output. I probably should have sent the rest of our squad onto the roof, but I'm not sure where the reinforcements are going to drop.
They bring more for our hunt.
That be? It's just like the one.
Carefully. Preserve the specimen at all costs.
Confirmed acquisition of the package. Move to evac.
We are known to them.
If we were on the roof, we'd be able to move to cover these drops. As it is, we'll just have to take the best positions we can to see out the windows.
I should be out there hunting.
Moving. I'm all...
We had a misclick there, so our grenadier won't be able to go on Overwatch. This is a strange graphical bug that I hadn't seen before. Apparently it's a common issue with this mission.
Proceeding to target.
Let's do this!
If we were playing this safely, we'd leave the objective alone for now and have our Reaper help with the 2 reinforcement drops. I'm confident in our squad though, and I don't want to take too long on this mission.
Overwatch mode active.
Our first set of reinforcements is a stun lancer, a priest, and a shield bearer.
We've got Advent here. Come on, focus.
Hostile threat destroyed. malfunction.
I'd get him next time.
We can't get outside because of the laser bars on the windows. We can flank the shield bearer, but its natural defense is too high for chain shot.
Target neutralized.
We can run and gun our ranger out for a flank on the priest, and she'll be in a position to bladestorm it if it goes into stasis.
On it. Come get some.
Affirmative.
I can get there.
Let's get the show on the road. Come get some.
Sensors at maximum range.
You can't handle me.
Missed the target.
Here comes the second wave of reinforcements. We'll send our Reaper straight out and put everyone else on overwatch.
Reloading weapon. Ever vigilant.
Seems doable.
We've managed to get another bug where the reinforcement drop site has disappeared. We'll just move our ranger as close as we can.
Coming home.
Status confirmed. Target package in custody.
Scanning.
Let's rock!
I'm on it.
The second set is a heavy mech, a purifier, and another shield bearer.
I've got eyes on Advent troops.
No life signs.
You see that?
Not good!
We got a good detonation on that purifier, and thankfully our ranger wasn't too close. We could chain shot the mech, but as long as we don't roll min damage, we only need the one shot.
You're just lucky they don't let me use my hand.
That's the end of the mission, so we'll just send the rest of our squad for extract.
I will comply.
Already there!
Heading out.
Optical
Moving to
sensors
Overwatch.
on Overwatch.
Affirmative.
Let's move already.
I guess that'll be okay.
Got it.
On approach.
Package over here.
Leaving combat zone.
We've got what we came for. Let's get clear of the area.
We were very fortunate with our assassin activation in that we didn't reveal our Reaper and we got to remote start her. We were also able to get rid of her in one turn before she could start being a problem. Other than that, we didn't need to use the Mimic Beacon or Shredstorm Cannon, and the rest of the pods weren't a problem.
At least we know these Chosen can be killed. Well, temporarily.
We managed to get a couple soldiers who are shaken because they were low on will and the mission was too long, but we did get a couple promotions. For Grenadier, this is an interesting choice. Saturation fire is another way of destroying cover, where you can target multiple enemies in a cone. It uses a fixed amount of ammo, but you essentially take a shot at everyone within the cone, and you have the potential to destroy their cover as well. I find it's a nice utility ability as it gives you a way of damaging several enemies at the same time aside from using grenades. Whereas Rupture is a single target attack that's a guaranteed critical, and it makes it so that the target takes increased damage from further hits. It's a good ability, but the problem is that whenever I'm using my Grenadiers, I'm using one of two things. I'm either using hail of bullets to guarantee the hit, or chain shot to go for maximum damage. I just don't find myself using Rupture when I pick it, whereas I do sometimes use Saturation Fire. And then for our Reaper, we're definitely picking up Homing Mine. We're going to pass on Annihilate though. I think there are better abilities we could spend our AP on. We're not using repeaters and I tend to save Banish for high health enemies, so there isn't as much overkill. For example, Blood Trail is very useful. Your Reaper is usually picking up low health kills from other units, so this is just a damage boost. And then Tactical Rigging will allow him to also equip special ammo, further increasing his damage output.
Within the confines of the suit we recovered, we have found what could very well be the prototype for Advent's seemingly limitless forces. Even focusing my efforts solely on this research, it will take a significant dedication of time and resources to fully analyze this specimen.
Your findings at the Forge facility are disconcerting, Commander. If the aliens are somehow assembling or growing the Advent forces en masse, our efforts to defeat them will be that much harder. I will leave you and your team to pursue this further.
New objective added.
Now we have a new Shadow Chamber project, but we'll come back to it later.
Commander, I've updated our current objectives based on the most recent findings.
The two shaken soldiers will need to rest for a while, but we have other units we can take in their place. Now that we have a lot of supplies, we're going to build a Psi Lab. We're going to build it on top of the shielded power coil, because when fully upgraded it also takes up more power than the bonus you'd get for a power relay.
False promises.
We'll take the engineer from the infirmary, because we don't have any wounded troops currently.
With the loss of this facility, there can be no question that the aliens' work has suffered a substantial blow. We must now pursue them to the end, Commander.
We do have a facility lead here, which could be useful because I don't want to do the Codex Coordinates mission yet.
Looks like the Elders are getting close to finishing their precious avatar. I don't imagine that will be good for you and your friends.
For now we'll finish contacting South Africa first, and then see what our options are.
Setting course for Sector 13, South Africa.
Now we have a grapple suit to give to our sharpshooter. Let's visit the proving ground quickly. We've got a second powered weapon on the queue. As mentioned with our Reaper, we want to produce another piece of special ammo to give them a small damage boost, so we'll put one of those on the queue as well.
We'll get started right away, Commander. I'll send word when...
And then a second Wraith suit could be helpful. You can give it to your Rangers, and that gives them even more mobility to go for those aggressive flanks. So we'll also put one of those on the queue too.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander. The fact that this armored environmental suit is capable of functioning in combat well after the original wearer has expired is remarkable. I must consult with Shin for further study into this unusual behavior.
Doing the Andromedan autopsy gives you the proximity mine. This does the most direct damage of any grenade type in the game and has a huge blast radius, but it requires the enemy to move in order to trigger it. Still, you can do some quite clever things with this, and it can occasionally be good to have one of these. We don't care for the research station. We're not doing a lot of research now, but we will quickly do the instant priest autopsy. This gives the sustaining sphere. Just like the refraction field, this is a one-time use item. If your soldier would normally take lethal damage, they'll go into stasis, similar to what the priests do. Not really useful for us. At this point, there aren't any research projects that we need to do. For now we'll do sectopod breakdown, which just gives the third tier of gremlin. We don't use gremlins on a lot of missions, but the other choices are pretty lacking.
Together, we have succeeded in our task.
Commander, you'll be happy to hear our most recent covert action yielded some new intel on the Chosen.
Slowly but steadily, our faith in your word grows, Commander. My followers and your people continue to grow in skill, and now the Resistance can take on more responsibility should you need it.
This can be a good order in the early game, but obviously at this point we've already got a lot of colonels.
Our influence with the Resistance factions has motivated them to share some new information on the Chosen.
We're going to do this action, A, because we need to reduce the avatar progress, and B, because there's also a promotion. We'll just check the rest of the list first. The Hunter is currently the closest to being able to attack the Avenger, but we'll double check in a minute. The breakthrough for reducing the Elarium conduit upgrade could also be helpful, as we'll need to upgrade our power if we want to expand any more. As mentioned earlier, the Hunter is actually the closest one, so we'll need to start prioritizing the Hunt the Chosen actions for him.
We constructed the Ring facility, Commander, but currently we don't have any soldiers deployed on covert actions with the Resistance.
There is a chance of ambush, so we'll need to pick a squad for that. We could do with another promotion for our Templar, but I didn't realize that they wouldn't stack between covert actions, so this is actually a wasted promotion.
My client will do whatever is needed.
We're still tracking the Elder's assassin. She's moving through this region.
New regional contacts located.
For our next region, we do have this facility here, but it's being guarded by an alien ruler. We want to get this continent bonus, but we also have the facility lead we can go for. We need to do the Codex Coordinates mission at some point anyway, so we'll carry on going for the continent bonus.
Minor delays in the unyielding march towards eternity.
For Sector 12, East Africa.
This will prove to be an important step forward.
Central claims to have seen one of these things up close back in the day. Despite a lot of speculation, there was no pilot to be found once we pried it open.
Now we really don't have anything to research. We could do Viper autopsy for improved medikits, but we're not getting shot at that much. We may as well finish the alien data cache we started a while back.
I will begin our research immediately.
Our actions have succeeded, and the Elders grow fearful.
We'll do the next Hunt the Chosen action. We need to have access to the Hunter's stronghold next. There's another low chance of ambush, so we'll want a Ranger and Templar again. We may as well choose our Templar's abilities now. This is when I realize we only got the one promotion. The choices at this rank are somewhat situational. Arcwave sounds great, but it's only a small amount of damage and requires enemies to be decently close together. Instead we'll take Reaper, which is a Colonel rank Ranger ability. It allows you to chain melee attacks together as long as they're kills. Since Rend is always guaranteed to hit, you only have to deal with the damage drop-off, so it's a great ability to take on Templars. For the third unit, we'll take a Grenadier, in case they need to shred any armor.
My followers will lead this action to victory.
Unfortunately, this is the last heavy weapon I'd want. Flamethrowers do the lowest direct damage and can't destroy cover or shred armor. It's mostly for organic enemies, which aren't usually the biggest threats.
We have a steady trace on the Chosen Assassin. She's active in this area here.
Now we'll contact the last region for this continent.
Commander, we've utilized all of our available communications capacity. We can't establish any new contacts until we upgrade our systems.
Attempting to establish...
Not think I could have predicted this outcome, though it is intriguing. Yes, Commander.
We could do some more data caches for more intel, but instead we'll do the Shadow Chamber projects we have currently. It would be best if we assigned a research project for it to fall back on afterwards, though.
I will make that our highest priority.
We'll want to do both of these eventually, so I picked the shorter project for now.
Psi Lab, now operational.
It should go without saying that the Psi Lab is where you train Psi operatives. Unlike in the first game, they have to be rookies, and they become their own separate class rather than adding additional abilities. So we need to go and recruit a new rookie. We have the engineer who was building this facility, so we may as well assign them to speed this up.
Commander, the aliens are still moving forward on the Avatar project. Taking out that facility would deal a serious blow to their efforts.
We have a new set of guerrilla ops. The first one is Viper rounds with a scientist as a reward. The next one is covert action ambushes with an engineer. Stopping ambushes could be good, and we wouldn't need to bring a scout. And finally, we have a hidden event and some intel, which could be useful, but it's a neutralize field commander mission. The last one we did with the Hunter was very challenging, so I'm a bit hesitant about that. We're going to risk doing another neutralize field commander mission. We do want some more intel, because we just spent a bunch of it. This might end up being another difficult mission though if the hunter turns up again. In terms of enemies, the only cybernetic enemy we have is the sectopod, so we may not need to bring as many blue screen rounds.
Setting course for India.